Hey guys, Phoenix here, and as I promised, today I gonna upload a video about my strategy for the upcoming bull run. So before starting this video, we will just look for Bitcoin. Second, we'll look for the Ethereum, and everything I will talk about my strategy, which I have built exclusively for increasing the gains for the upcoming bull market. So without wasting time, we'll look for uh, Bitcoin and its present moment. So if you look at the present price action, it's pretty much in the favor of bears. And if you look for the 4-hour time frame, pretty much the resistance zone is at about 11200 range. So it's very difficult for the BTC to move upside, but we never know. There can be a retesting of a gap. Let me show the gap. It's open at 11800. If you look at the gap, there is some gap which is open upside, but here I'm just thinking it's more possible that Bitcoin gonna close the previous gaps down and it continue to move upside. So that's one of the bullish sign. If we close the gaps which is been open for almost a month or now, and this will give us opportunity to add most of our longs at 7 to 100 range. So just wait a minute. All right, so mostly I'm just thinking to add most of my position at this range, 7 to 100 range. And if you look at the higher time frame perspective, we are still in channel, or we are just making some sort of channel. So it's more likely gonna retest this range, like level 300 range, and we continue move downside. So this is what I think, and the Bitcoin gonna move finally down. It will retrace and make some sort of 60% of the correction, which is most of the healthy correction in the market for the continuation of the bull market. So this is 60% of retracement. I'll make a video for the Fibonacci trading, and it's actually a very long topic, so eventually I will gonna cover this thing. So after this, what I think is we're gonna just try to fill the upside gap. We'll move some sideways for few months or so, and near whenever we're gonna reach near halving, that's in May 2020, we're gonna move upside to new 88. So this is what I think for now. It's not sure yet, but at this zone, or you can say at this price, most of the altcoins are gonna rally. So be prepared, guys. We are soon gonna hit altcoin season, and for that I am trying to prepare you from now. So I want to focus first thing on the Ethereum before going on what strategy I have developed. So if you look at the Ethereum is gonna move downside to retest this 160 price range, and this is the range where I am gonna ladder up my buys. And one thing guys, I want to share about Ethereum is it's actually undervalued, and it's more likely the Ethereum update which is coming in first or second week of the Jan 2020. Ethereum gonna make great move, and as we know, as per the fact, if you look for the coin market cap, it comprises of 25% of dominance. So I don't want to miss this rally, because if you are one of those who had missed the rally for Bitcoin, I would rather suggest to add most of your position at 160 of price range. So now the strategy comes in. Now you have two choice, like to hold up Bitcoin or to hold up Ethereum as your trading pair. So just let me remove all this. Alright, so we'll just we'll just evaluate two different cases where you just assume that you have just entered the Bitcoin position from 10k range, and the maximum it can go is 50k. Or for me, it's a 3.37k US dollars, and if the market cap reached to 1.5 trillion dollars. So I will just post the calculation based on total calculation are based on facts, that if the market cap hits 1.5 trillion dollar, which is possible, which is actually a possible, uh, what could be a price range of Bitcoin. And I just came out with number like $37,000. So that is what is based on the calculation. At the same time, I just look for the Ethereum and just wonder if 1.5 trillion dollars, and if 20% of the dominance is of Ethereum, it can easily reach up to 3500 range, right? So even this calculation is included in my text form, so I will just post in our VIP club how I calculated, and you can similarly calculate and cross verify the things. So what I'm thinking, guys, so just imagine you have just bought some 160 Ethereum at 160 of the price range, right? And you are just rallying from, let's just take example, from $200 up to $2,000, or you can say a previous ATH. So it's almost 10 times. You can see a 10 times of returns. So I will just write 10x here. So Ethereum can give you 10x for previous ATH, right? For previous ATH, and it's very possible. And if you look for the present price range, it's actually bullish. So if you look for XBT, as per the calculation, it can go up to 337 if market cap hits 1.5 trillion dollars. So it's less than if you enter from 10k range, and if you hit the $50,000, it's only 5x. You can say 5 times your return, right? So this is not a good deal, guys. If this is a 5x, and Ethereum just retesting this previous ATH, or you can say 20 like 2000, that 2000 price range, the returns are like 10x, right? So why can't we trade Ethereum pairs? What I mean to say is that if we are trading altcoins with BTC pair, the gains, the number of BTC will be increased eventually. But why, if you trade altcoins with Ethereum pair, there are more chance of increasing the Ethereum, plus the returns are also high. There's 10x, right? And here the returns are just 5x. So even though you trade any of this pair, the altcoins gains will be constant. What I mean to say, let's just evaluate. All right, if I want to say this thing, if you look at this gain, right? If you look for this XRP ETH, you check out for the BTC pair, you will find the same gains, or almost like maybe some there will be little difference, but there won't be a major difference. So one thing I want to also highlight here is, so there are two instances while trading the Ethereum pair. So I am just highly focused on the Ethereum. My plan is to buy Ethereum and trade altcoins with Ethereum pair for half of my portfolio, and half of a portfolio with BTC pair. So in that way, I'm gonna increase my gains for the next upcoming bull run. And one thing, guys, I had one question which I extensively discussed with some of the pro traders or some of the gurus with about the market cycles, and eventually I found it that the BTC accumulation period for this bear market was actually low. because of awareness which is building up among the masses, and there are greater chances of adoption of BTC eventually and cryptocurrency as a whole. So that's one of the reason why the Bitcoin bear market was actually lower than the previous bear market. All right, so let us check out the Ethereum pair. So one thing I want to mention, guys, is when Ethereum was at $1,400, the XRP was if you look for the gain, the XRP like 700%, right? But now the Ethereum is cheap, and hence the more room for XRP to grow. And this thing you won't get it, but it's like the USD value will still remain constant. Like if the XRP moved to the previous ATH, and if the Ethereum is cheap, like if the Ethereum is constant for a few months, like it will gonna follow the XBT for the price movement, because XBT and Ethereum goes hand in hand, and that it's more likely that some of the altcoins like XRP gonna move upside, right? So being the Ethereum cheap at this level, uh, the price or the value of the Ethereum per dollar is low, so it's more chance that if XRP make move like $1 or $1.5, it's more likely the gain is gonna increase. So just imagine if you have enter here with 2 Ethereum, right? And even if it retests the previous resistance lines, if you look here, the previous resistance lines, the gains are actually 200 times, right? And if you just put 2 Ethereum, it's 4 Ethereum, right? At the end of this Ridya, you had 2 Ethereum, so overall your portfolio increase. Overall your portfolio have 4 Ethereum, and just imagine if Ethereum hits 3500 price range or 4K, it's more likely, guys. I will post the calculation part in VIP Telegram group. It's more likely your gain is gonna increase. So that's my strategy, that if you invest in Ethereum and trade Ethereum pair, it's more likely your gain is gonna increase much more exponentially than investing in BTC and trading the altcoins. So this was for today, guys, and if you have any questions, please DM me. I will surely resolve your problems. And stay tuned, guys, more exciting video to come, and stay tuned. Peace.